Hi, yeah, I'm M.Hardt from Duke. The course in Venice and Globalization, it has, let's say, an analytical component to the course and an experiential component. The analytical component will be, let's say, starting from the largest scale and going to the smallest. Like, first it'll be about what is globalization. And by the way, the course is all about the contemporary. It's not, one could do such a course about Venice and globalization starting several hundred years ago. But this course is really all about today. And so, yeah, so it'll start from the largest, asking what is globalization, how do we understand it in economic, political, cultural, or social terms. Then what is Italy's relationship to globalization? And then finally Venice's position within globalization. And this, there are three aspects, I guess, I want to focus on at this point about Venice's contemporary relationship to globalization. The first and maybe most obvious is about tourism and the ways that tourism functions as a part of globalization. And some of the things I want to read in this, well, some of it I would like the students to question themselves. I mean, all of you who are not students here at Ca' Foscari or UAV, in some ways are engaged in tourism or will be engaged in tourism, and I want to ask what is it one expects as a tourist? What kind of authenticity or what kind of experience are you looking for? But then also I want to ask what the experience of tourism is from the other side, from the people who provide tourist services, even the kinds of resistances to mass tourism that people are engaged in, like in Venice in general, hotel people, taxi drivers, gondoliers, etc. So that's the first one, about tourism. Second, about immigration, which I'm sure you've already seen the kinds of immigration that we see in the historic center here in Venice, but we'll also ask about the other parts of Venice on the mainland. And the third, really about economic crisis in the present. So that, in fact, so these three areas, tourism, immigration, and economic crisis, I want them to be part of the experiential part of the course. So this experiential part of the course, which we'll do throughout the semester, I want to involve both interviews, a kind of ethnographic interviews, and so we'll read some things about how to do interviews, and also photographs, like you taking photographs and learning what kinds of photographs would reveal things about these three, let's say, emblematic figures. The tourist, like, so you interviewing tourists is part of it. So you don't need Italian for this, obviously. There are plenty who speak English over there. And any of your own languages, I'm sure you can find them. The second then about immigration, so the immigrant would then be the emblematic figure here. And for this third economic crisis, I'm thinking of the protester as the figure. I mean, this fall, I'm expecting, or I have great confidence actually, that this fall will be very active in Italy in terms of protests against austerity measures, which actually I think will happen in all of your countries, certainly the Europeans among you. But anyway, here in Italy, I have confidence that we'll be able, so that would be the third figure, is the protester. I mean, it could be from the union, workers who were on strike the other day, which you probably experienced some of that. Or there'll be other protests which I can help you, understand and get in touch with. I mean, so part of the course then will be involved, will not just be here on the island, but on in historic Venice, and then maybe also in the mainland Venice, to try to work on understanding, like I said, an experiential, ethnographic, anthropological way, the figures and the experiences of globalization along these three axes. That's it.